Howdy folks. Right now we're going to talk about outdoor hydrants. This one right here is, some of you guys may have these, some of you guys may not. A lot of pit houses will have these, what are called frost-proof hydrants here. I'm going to kind of give a little knowledge about those, but we're going to start off with these ground hydrants because these are definitely probably the number one thing I see breaking. You know, a lot of you guys are going to have this leaking outside. So this may just be a little, this is a plumbing triage lesson with this piece. If you've got one of these that maybe froze and burst, maybe we can get your water on at least for short periods of time, or at least stop the major bleeding. So, you know, it'll be sticking out of the ground, you know, it'll be straight hopefully, but it may look like this, probably be closer to the ground. And a lot of these are leaking, tons of them all over town. So if you're one of the unlucky people that has this, I'm gonna try and give you a tip to get the water back on. If you have pipe cutters, this video probably, you already probably are gonna figure something out about it, but you know, if you have pipe cutters, you can put it on and cut the hydrant off. Of course, the water needs to be off first, you know, but it would be gushing out already. So what we can do is, if you have any kind of saw that can cut metal, or if a neighbor or friend has anything, we're basically gonna try and, you know, find where the break is. If it's somewhere, let's just say it's broken right here. We got to get below the break. One thing you can do, an easy thing, is just try and bend it like that, smash it, and then get you a good pair of channel locks here. We're going to try and just, you know, use some muscle and maybe crimp it off, you know. And it's hard, but you know, this is going to be leaking out a lot less like this than it was before. And it would work even better. Maybe you could break it like this. Okay, our brake's right up here. Throw that aside. We've got it pretty well pinched off. Let's try and pinch it a little more. You know, maybe even spend more time and fold it down and just really mash it. This way, guys, is what you can do is you can at least get your water on for little bits at a time if that's the only thing you got going on. Just that's a plumbing triage lesson. Next thing we're going to talk about is these frost-proof hydrants, just like this. So here's one example. Basically, the way these work is this goes back into the wall. This whole piece of pipe right here, there's a stem that goes in here, and it shuts the water off at the very back. Assuming you took the hose off, all this water is going to drain out. So if you did not disconnect your hose, what's going to happen is the barrel is going to split somewhere here to here. Here's another example of a shorter one. You know, this piece in between here never has water going through it unless the faucet is on. So a lot of you guys are going to make it through the storm, maybe unscathed, but if you left a hose on, maybe you're lucky enough that the pipe behind here didn't freeze and break, which you'd have to turn your water off. If it broke from here to here, maybe things are thawing out, you know, you're going to start watering your grass or hook your hose up. When you turn it on, if there's a crack anywhere on here, which this is probably the most common freeze break that we get in town, water's going to shoot out in your wall only when this is on. If you turn it off, you're going to solve the leak if it's on this little section. These are frost-proof hydrants. If you left your hose on, there's a good chance that you split your barrel. That was just a little bit of knowledge about these outdoor hydrants. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Thanks.